All right, so today we're going to get started on 820-3435. It's turning on, but we don't see anything on the screen. And as of course, with usual little bits of flux on the board, signs that it's been ultrasonic, because we don't get stuff that's easy anymore. We only get the stuff that nobody else wants. Everybody else's sloppy seconds, similar to my dating life. Hi. So let's get started on this, shall we? We're going to go over this board and figure out why it is that it has no image on the screen, and when you turn it on, that fan spins. You know that it's turning on, but it doesn't work. The first thing we have to do here is we have to differentiate between the issue of no image and the issue of no brain. Very often people will say that the machine has no backlight when it actually has no image, and even more often people will say that there's no image when in reality there's no brain. So on these machines, when there's a brain, when the CPU has what's called CPU V-core, when it's getting power to turn on, you're going to hear a nice long dong. And you want a nice long dong, which is why I found out my dating life has not gone very well. So you need a nice long dong, the chime, the dong, when the computer turns on. And if you don't have that, you should stop troubleshooting no image and start troubleshooting no brain. So on this one, we have no brain. And the first way to go about troubleshooting no brain is to see, is the CPU turning on? So let's get the multimeter out, turn on the serial mode of the multimeter, pray that the battery on this piece of crap hasn't died, because I've used it for all of 2 hours, and that's enough to kill the fucking 9-volt battery in this little multimeter that I got here. And we're going to measure CPU V-core. So where would we find CPU V-core on this board? Let's switch over to my board view and find out. So click over here and go over to my board view wait, that's the wrong screen. That's not my board view software. My function keys are failing me today. CPU V-core is going to be somewhere over here. So PPVCC SO CPU phase 1, PPVCC SO CPU phase 2. So there are multiple phases of CPU V-core, and let's see if we get any of them. So if we move over to the coil areas, we can go here and 0. And go over here and also 0. So what could it be? Is my problem the coil? Should we blame the coil for the fact that there's no CPU V-core? No, of course not. Because before the coil, you have the same nonsense of no voltage. So what's going to create CPU V-core? Well, let's check it out. What's going to create CPU V-core is, I think by memory, U7200? Yeah, here we go, U7200. So this is going to create CPU V-core. This chip over here is going to control these series of transistors. It's going to control this stuff over here, which is going to take our 8-volt rail and chop it up into a bunch of pieces. 8 and 0, 8 and 0, 8 and 0, until we have an average of something like 1.7 around there. And let's see if these are turning on. So the first thing to do is check around U7200, make sure it's getting power on the VDD and VN pins, and check CPU VR enable. So U7200 is going to be located. Where is U7200? I should know this off the top of my head by now with all the time I've spent on this. U7200 is going to be right here. We're going to look on pin 1 and see if it's being told to turn on. Good morning. Let's see what we have in chat here. Damn, I wish I could watch. I'm doing math homework for my degree. That better be a real degree. If you're not watching my stream, it better not be for some BS degree. Better not be for some get a job at UPS as a driver, as a barista. So is that pin 1? Huh, 0.3 volts. Well, what do you think the voltage of our enable signal should be? Typically, this type of logic runs at 3.3 volts. And the way that I know that is because just about everything in this machine starts off of a 3.3 volt power line, PP3V3S5. That is the power rail going to the PCH and many other chipsets before anything else turns on in the machine. So before you get all these other power rails, you need the 3.3 and the 3.4 volt rails, which logically tells me that it runs on 3.3 or 3.4 volt logic. So why is it that CPU VR enable is 0.380 volts? Now, maybe there's a power rail missing. So, if we were to look through our list of power rails here, what do we know? If it's turning on, that means that we're in an SO state. So what power rails do I not have to check? So we have G3 hot rails, S5 rails, S4 rails, S3 rails, SO rails. Let's see how many people pay attention to these videos. Can you tell me what the S5, S4, S3, SO all mean? And also, if it's turning on, what rails do I not have to check so that I can save myself some time? I don't know what KHD means. I don't know what a senpai is. I don't understand half the words in my chat. This is how you know you're getting old. I'm reading my live chat and I don't understand half of what's here. All sys power good. Ah, well, let's check all sys power good. Good idea. All sys power good. What's that for? What do you think that signal is going to tell the system? Take a wild guess. All sys power good. Okay, so if PP5ESO, PP3V3SO, and PP1V5SO are present, along with P1V8 is 3, P5ES4 is 3, P1V05 are all there, we'll get, and AM Sleep S3 are all there, we'll get all sys power good. So let's check all sys power good and see if that's there. Somebody's blaming the JTAG. Don't blame the JTAG connector just yet. It may surprise you. All sys power per good. I like to say it with the kitty pronunciation. Per good. All sys per good. Let's see if my kitty is there. So we're going to check and see. Right over here, do we have all sys per good? We have 3.3 volts. We have 3... So what do we do next? Ah, loud. What was that? Oh no, I can't find it. Respect from Finland. Thank you to Jarno. So I gotta lower that so I don't deafen myself. Alright, so all sys power good is there, so what's next? Just throw it out. No, I want to get my monies. How do I get my monies if I throw it away? Oh, we have stupid stuff in chat. Okay. Different power states, very good. So S5 is going to be off, S3 is going to be sleeping, SO is going to be on. So if it's turning on, that means that all my S5s and S3s must be working. To be in an SO state, I could still be missing an SO rail, but to be in an SO state, all the S5s, all the S4s, all the S3s, all the G3 hots need to be there. It's like a pyramid. So you got the G3 hots, S5, S4, S3, and SO. To get to SO, all the rest have to be present. So let's see if one of our SO rails is missing. That would be the next logical thing to do. So what do we have here for SO? We have PP1V05 sus, PP1V05, PP1V5 SO, PPOV6 SO DDR VIT, PP1V05 SO, and CPU vCore, which is obviously missing. We have Thunderbolt rails, and I don't give a fuck about you because it doesn't even work yet. Fuck. And as you may have noticed from yesterday, I have a little bit of a bias against caring about Thunderbolt so much. I don't give a fuck about Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt can suck my son. Thunder, advertiser-friendly. Advertiser-friendly content. You keep it advertiser-friendly. All right, so let's see. What do we have in chat? Let's see. Let's see. Spam, spam. Senpai is someone you see as a mentor or someone you look up to. By the way, you're my senpai. You have a spider on your face. That's kind of... Huh. No more Twitch feels bad, man. Yeah, Twitch requires that I use Restream, and using Restream requires streaming at 3 megabit or less. And I don't want to do that. It comes out looking like shit. So... which SO rail should I check first? Upgrades possible to BGA memory. Possible, yes. Economically viable or something I would do? No. Brandon Grooms, $2. Thank you for the $2. Okay, so which SO rail should I check here first? Let's start with PP1V5SO. PP1V5SO. We're going to find PP1V5SO up here. Oh, it's confusing because all the components are off. That's there, and that's beautiful. PP0V6SO DDR VIT, or VTT. I like VIT better, though. It's a more fun pronunciation. It's gonna be here. Okay. It's gonna be here. Yoink. And you're gone. So you don't exist. Lame. Okay, what else is... And PP1V05SO DDR VIT. I mean, PP1V05SO, no DDR VIT. My brain kind of added DDR VIT where it did not need to add DDR VIT. We're going to look over here. And it's 0.392. So which one will you chase first? The rail that's 0.392 or the rail that's 0? See, the rail that's 0 is not turning on. And that could be kind of complicated. Is it not being told to turn on? Does something else have to turn on first? All these complicated and confusing questions. However, the one that's 0.3, that's supposed to be 1.05, that's a little more interesting. I know that it's being told to turn on because we have a portion of it there, but it's not as high as it should be. That one's much more interesting to me. And if we look at what that area of the board looks like under the microscope, you will find that it looks like crap. It looks like absolute crap, which we should do something about. So what is that little broken trace there for? You can see right around here. It's broken. Let's see. What is that supposed to be? And what does it measure? All right. So that's going to be pin 2. And on pin 2, or pin 12, second pin from the left, I guess, making it easy on myself, we're supposed to be getting PP5V S4RS3, which is a 5-volt rail that should be present when the machine is in an S4 state. This is turning on. We're in an SO state, which means I guaranteed should be getting my 5 volts there. But it seems like I'm not. Or am I not? So at the capacitor itself, my multimeter turned off, you fucking piece of shit. How the hell is it that you auto turn off every 30 seconds and still only last for a few days? Gotta love tech power. Okay, so at the cap, we have 5 volts, and I just left my autograph on the board in the form of a scratch there. And at the pin, it looks like we got 0.331. See, now we have ourselves a pattern. My enable signal, which is supposed to be 3.3 volts, is 0.3. My 1.05 volt line, that's supposed to be 1.05 volts, is 0.3. And the 5 volts that's supposed to be going to the chip that's going to create my 1.05 volt line is 0.3 volts. Patterns. Beautiful. So what do we do here to fix this? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to repeal and replace that trace with a better one. So let's get my micro pencil out, and no, that's not my, that is my Hacko, not anything else there. And let's see, kill the cancer, TCRS. Yes, good job. Why do all solder joints on chips like on Apple boards look like poop? That's because most of the boards that I work on are liquid damaged, so all you're ever going to see are the ones that look like crap due to the nasty users that fucked them up with liquid. What internet speeds do you get at home? I don't really know, honestly. I used Optimum Online, and they have that boost crap, so you never really know what the fuck it is you're getting. I haven't kept track of what I'm supposed to be getting. It's not like I can care, like, I either have Optimum Online or like fucking DSL. So I don't really know, because it's not like if it was bad that I could switch to anything else anyway. It's decent enough. It's decent enough. Why not just repeal and let it implode? Well, if I let it implode, then I don't get paid. I'm not a politician. I don't get paid regardless of whether I screw over my constituents. So I have to actually care. I don't work in government. This is private sector, baby. Private sector. I don't get paid if everybody's stuff doesn't work. I wish I could be in government. If I were in government, I could just promise people other shit paid for by other people and call it free and then get a bunch of votes. And then by the time all the shit I promised doesn't come true or fucks the economy, oh, that's somebody else's problem because I'm retired now. Nope, this is private sector. I wish I could kick this board, the can of this board down the road to somebody else. But I can't. I gotta actually fix it. Alright, so that capacitor is kind of shitty. I don't like that capacitor one bit, so we're going to take another capacitor, a better capacitor, and put it there in its place. As I sit here with my overheating AMD GPU 2011 MacBook Pro. Yeah, that machine's a pile. Overheating is the least of your issues. The GPU being dead. See, once it dies and you can't use it anymore, that's a big issue. I received a MacBook Air 2011 where SMC works, but everything else is broken. Command, Shift, Option, Shift, Power works. Would you like this board as a donor? Yeah, why not? I mean, just to be clear, it would be worthless to me, but I mean, like, I may use it on something, but I wouldn't, have any reason to buy it off of you. And you could probably get something for it on eBay, Craigslist, but yeah, why not? I'll take it. Why not? Could always use another donor. Mm-hmm. Who doesn't love Lewis's autographs in the form of scratches on a board? Yeah, I've never had somebody complain about that. Me scratching your board is a sign of... is amazing. You should be very happy anytime I scratch your board. Very few people get the distinct honor of having the privilege of my scratch on their motherboard, or my scraping their capacitor to make it great again. There we go. Make that capacitor nice and beautiful. All right. Now, this little broken whatever over here. That's not gonna do. And it's gonna need some scrapey scraping. Let's get on with the scrapey scraping. So, steady hands. Come on now. You want to do a nice professional job at the scrapey scraping. Can we get professional with it? Is this going to look professional? Not a chance in hell. Who are we kidding? This is going to look like shit. Like everything else I solder, this will look like shit. Oh well. Nobody's going to know. It's not like anybody's watching. They're never going to see the inside of this. It's not like anybody's watching, so... Oh, wait. Thank you to Michael Voel. I never understand what you're doing, but everything is so interesting anyway. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Don't know why that didn't pass the screen either. I'll have to... Usually that shows up on the screen. I'm getting trolled today. And I hear a little noise. Does Yelp still call you? No, they don't after everything in 2015. I'm on a permanent do not call list. I think they made it just for me. I'm so excited. I was very pissed off this morning when I saw how well their stock was doing. You have no idea. They don't deserve it. They're a terrible business. But such is life. Life is not fair. Life is not made to be fair. Oh, there it goes. Showed up. What do you think of the T430? I think the T430 is old. It has gray hair. It has osteoporosis. It's... yeah. Okay. I have to get my little bodge wire in there. Come on, little bodge wire. Where are you? You're just going to pick it off of a battery. So I got this battery wire here from a MacBook battery. This broken MacBook battery will not have broken and died in vain. It's going to be used for something great. Should I fill a board with bad caps and send it to eye hospitals so they can check each and every single one of the millions of them? Yes. After doing so many boards, you get burnt out often, and now you want to look at a board. How do you stay interested in the work besides the money reward? I mean, anything that you do is going to suck after a while and become a job. That's why I think this whole idea of passion and what you do is a bunch of crap. It's the same thing with any business. You know, even when it comes to, let's say, music. You know, I remember a lot of people wanting to get into music or recording engineering or production because they want to be passionate and love what they do every single day. And that's a pile of shit. It really is. Especially, like, if you want to become a recording engineer, yeah, you know, sometimes you're going to like the group you're working with, but sometimes you're going to hate the group you're working with. Sometimes they're going to be a bunch of motherfuckers that can't play their instruments, that make terrible music, that act like prima donnas, and you're going to be in a room for 14 hours a day, and each second is going to feel like agony because you're with people you don't like. And I mean, if you're a writer, you're going to have days with writer's block where you just cannot figure out how to end a chapter, or you're going to read back your work and think it's awful, or you're an artist, you're going to draw, you're going to make something, and you're going to say, this is terrible, this sucks. I can't figure out what it is that's not right about it. Whatever it is that you do, if you do it as a profession, you will find all the things that make it suck, all the things that are drudgery. So regardless of what you do, there's always going to be something about it that sucks. And it just has to be that the good parts of it overcome the suck. So when I'm doing this stuff, like, no, I don't have fucking passion for running this wire. Running this wire, I don't hate it. It's not like if I had a choice between, you know, running the wire or going to see 1984 on Broadway or something, that I would choose to run this fucking wire. But I don't particularly hate it. And I also have to think about what I get out of it. So, A, I get paid. I like getting paid. B, I make a customer happy. I like making customers happy. C, I get to prove the Genius Bar wrong for the years and years that they were telling their customers that if somebody like me says that I can fix this problem without replacing the board, that I must be scamming or lying. And the thing is, they changed that. They changed the fuck out of that, because they used to tell that. I know, because I had a lot of people come here saying they told them that. From like 2009 through 2016 or so. So I get to prove that. I get to prove them wrong. And, you know, and then there's the fun of figuring out the problem. So figuring out new problems can be fun. Again, once you've figured out the problem, implementing the solution 5,000 times over, boring. Figuring out the problem, fun. So you got to find the things that make the work fun, and then try to find a way to do the things that make the work fun, while then hiring people to do the shit that you don't like, which I've kind of done a lot to this point. And then there's also the fun of sharing it on video, and so there's that. But you gotta, anything that you do it's gonna be parts of it that suck after a while. All right, so we're gonna turn this thing on. Let's see, does my work blow up? Okay, we got a fan spin. Now let's see if we have CPU vCore and DDR VTT. Scratches are Lewis sings that you made it. Huh. Almost 300k subs now. Oh, fuck that. No, we gotta undo that. No, I'm not happy about that. I have to do another libertarian video. Piss people off. I gotta... No. No 300k. I gotta find a way to lose a few thousand. in the next day or two, so I don't wind up tripping over 300K. And CPU V core. Oh yeah, look at that, 1.7 volts. Oh yeah, PP1V05SO. Oh yeah. Okay, 1.03, not an oh yeah, just an oh. Good enough. Probably my crappy, cheap shit multimeter, not measuring it properly. So the next thing to do is see if we get a light on the screen, see if we get a nice long dong, all those things that are wanted to test if we've actually done our job today. So let's plug this in and see what we get. Nobody know the answer to my problem. What is your problem? Let's see. What is your problem? Your problem is, oh, you have an Acer with a random board problem. Oh, you have an Acer with an intermittent random board problem. Next. Yeah. Yeah, that's, no. No. I like how you reuse broken Macs for parts rather than ending up in a landfill. Well, no, they still end up in a landfill. It's just my personal landfill. See? See right down here? Look. They're all still in a landfill. It's just, you know, it's my pretty landfill. See? Some are categorized and some are not so categorized, but what are you going to do? I like having my own little personal landfill in my office. It's fun. It's a good way to stock parts. Nice and organized. Most techs use donor boards. It's incredibly cost effective. Yep. Okay, I should plug this in. Now, shouldn't I? Or should I just leave everybody in suspense until I finish the chat? One grateful, happy customer can change your day. Yeah, that's part of the fun of the job. I don't get too invested in it because then all the miserable and happy bastards would take down my day. So I don't get too invested in it, but it is one of the pluses. It is one of the pluses. All right, let's plug this in. Come on, don't blow up in my face. It would be so kind of you if you don't blow up in my face. Oh, it's going to do an RTC reset, so we have to wait a little bit anyway. I enjoy watching your videos. Thank you for the content. Well, thank you for watching, and I think I just missed one. What did I just miss? Thank you to Matt Arnold. Let's see. This is like 5,000 Canadian dollars. It says Hippo Talks. Something tells me your math is slightly off. Your conversion rates. Kind of. With Acer laptops, often the chipset dies after a while. It gets AOP, a point where you get random freezes until you reflow it as a temp fix. Yeah, Acer isn't exactly known for being made very well. All right, so we're going to cover this person's name and show you that we got CPU V-core, we got a brain, and that's about that. We got a working laptop. Another one bites the dust. That'll lose you some subs. Damn straight. Do a vid supporting the meltdown of Katy Perry regarding gender and social justice issues. Nah, I can't watch Katy Perry. She makes my head explode. I saw this video of her, and I forget, she was interviewing somebody, and I forget the name of it because I wasn't really paying attention. But she asked something like, is math related to science, or is science related to math? And it wasn't a joke. It was serious. I mean, I really hope that she was on drugs for that interview, because that's the thing. You know, sometimes people who become celebrities, they kind of start to lose their mind, because you deal with all these people that think they know you, and then as soon as they figure out that you're not who they thought you were in their head, they start to lose their mind and they start to hate you. And she has to go through that every single day. So a lot of celebrities that go through that, they start doing drugs to deal with it. So if Katy Perry was on drugs during that interview, I kind of forgive her. But if she was not on drugs for that interview, then oh dear God, no, I'm not watching anything Katy Perry, because I think that my head would explode. Just a tip for all the things you have taught me. I'm currently repairing MacBooks for the hobby side job. Thanks again. Wish you the best from wonderful sunny Greece. I kind of feel like bad for, I mean, if you are in Greece, then I kind of feel like I should refund you back your $1.18 because from everything I read in the newspaper, yeah. There was this one customer I had a year ago that had, that just because of some austerity measures, they weren't allowed to send certain amounts of money out of the country. So for just a couple of boards that we had fixed here, it took them like almost a year to pay for it because they could only send a certain amount each month. It's like, I hope things are getting better over there. Hope things are getting better over there. Skip to 400K. Can't do that. You also got Apple lawyer fans of your YouTube channel. Oh, yeah. I'm sure they're fans. I'm sure that they weren't making that up at all. They're big fans of my channel. They love what I'm doing. Same as the YouTube rep that called me that wants me to talk about and show me the presentation on advertiser friendliness. I can't wait for that to come. I can't wait. It's funny because I had to ask the question when I got that that call. Just out of curiosity. So your job is to go over analytics with YouTube creators, right? Yes. And you're going to show me the advertiser friendly content presentation, right? Yes. Why did your algorithm send IT specialists can suck my dick out to like 200,000 people who viewed it over the span of about a day? Just saying, just out of curiosity. Why did your algorithm, not external people linking to it, not outside sources, not homepage, your algorithm linked 200,000 people to that video in a day? No answer. That's Google for you. She failed the Turing test for sure. My YouTube rep definitely failed the Turing test. And I told her, I'm going to give you a Turing test before... excuse me. I'm going to give you a Turing test before we move forward with this so you're aware what a Turing test is. It's where I try to figure out if you're artificial intelligence or a human, because I still don't believe that humans work at Google. And she failed. She failed. Tell me what is advertiser-friendly about that title. And that's the thing. It's like I completely understand how that is not advertiser-friendly, but it's this weird thing where YouTube kind of says we want this type of content, but then their algorithm promotes this type of content. So do you want this or do you want this? It's like, you can never do this. Something I shouldn't say you can never. I would personally never want to rely on YouTube as a job or for income, because your boss is a fucking algorithm, not a human. I'm rambling. Let's read on here. Katy Perry. Yeah, no. You don't need anything to lose subs. It's something YouTube automatically does for you. Smartest people often have no organization. Yeah, I'm the exception. I'm an idiot with no organization. Have you listened to Peter Schiff and bought your fair share of gold? I don't have a fair share of gold, but I do listen to Peter Schiff. I've listened to his radio show for a few years. His Occupy Wall Street interviews were very interesting. That's another thing that was painful. I would say that was like watching Katy Perry interview, right behind that, watching Peter Schiff interview a bunch of people at Occupy Wall Street. That was like second most painful. That was second most painful. I think I would enjoy your videos way more if I understood something about electronics. I think I'd probably have better videos and be better at my job if I understood something about electronics. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you to Darkatar. Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yeah, that was the guy. Is math related to science? Hi, I represent my gender, which many people say is underrepresented in STEM fields. Let me make my gender look better by saying, is math related to science? On live television. Like, what the fuck? God damn it. Because I'm so sick and tired of hearing that. You're a fantastic guy and love the humor. With a U? This is going to be euros, isn't it? Or pounds. Yeah, close. I wish you did courses in the UK. Keep up the good work and keep learning from you. Mo from the UK. Why, thank you to Moody K 1979. I appreciate that. Where was I? Yeah, I keep hearing every single day, look, women are not being pushed into STEM fields. And I just watched a video from somebody who commented on one of my videos, and it was 40 minutes on how she got into STEM and her thoughts on women in STEM fields and in college. I get this fucking virtue signaling on my. Anybody else use Windows 10 and you have these little fucking virtue signaling pieces of news on your start screen? Like I hit Windows L to lock it so I can go to the bathroom and not have to worry that somebody's gonna go through my computer. I come back and it's telling me only 6% of women go into. It's like, what the fuck does this have to do with my Windows 10 lock screen? Why are you showing me this? But this is constantly pushed every day as if we live in a world where the professor says, "I'm sorry, are you a woman? Fuck you. You don't get to take chemistry," like as if that is the world that we live in. And that's not the world that I believe I live in. You know, I live in a world where in public school the teachers were equally crappy to all genders, all races, and all people, and telling them that they were not going to succeed because they couldn't fucking memorize the triangle angle theory or whatever. But I digress. Off that rant. But you know, we live in that world, and then Katy Perry gets on live TV and says that, and like, do you know why? I mean, from all sides of the argument, you have people screaming for all different reasons. Just stop. Just stop. It's like, stop. Why'd you say that? The entire interview is painful. Neil deGrasse Tyson has the patience of a fucking saint. He has the patience of a saint. I would have just walked off the fucking screen. I would have walked off the stage. I would have taken my mic and just did what Trump did to CNN like 20 years ago. Just, here you go, take the shit. The fuck out of here. I want open borders. As long as I have my little palace with a gate and bodyguards and... No, Greece is recovering. I'm glad. It's us in the UK that are dumb fucks, says Malika Peck. Let's see. Pink came out as having PTSD because touring is so hard and being a performer put unreasonable pressure on her. For real, talk about privilege. I gotta say, it's hard. I don't want to like say that she's. I don't want to say that there's no privilege there, but at the same time, I'm a nobody. I'm just some fucktard with 299,000 subscribers in a stupid little niche of component level board repair. And in that stupid little niche, I meet people on a regular basis that pretend that I'm a god or a messiah when I meet them. And then as soon as I say something that goes slightly outside of their preconceived notion of who I am, they lose their shit. And like their face just melts and they get angry and irritated and annoyed and like, I thought we were friends. So if it's that annoying when you're a nobody, can you imagine how annoying it is when you have like 80 million or 500 million fans? You know, it has to be 500 million times as annoying and 500 million times as weird. So when those people break down, I try not to criticize too hard which is why I said if Katy Perry was on heroin or something while she was on TV saying that stupid shit, I kind of understand. But yeah. Then again, she could always not go on tour because, let's see, what is Pink's net worth? What is Pink's net worth at this point? Pink, what's her real, okay, Alicia Beth Moore, known as Pink. What is your net worth? Do you need to tour or can you stay home? You are worth $130 million. Fucking stay home. Okay. PTA. You know what? How about this? If it's putting unreasonable pressure on you, take your $130 million, stay home and watch reruns of 24. The fuck? Okay, then, but on the other hand, then the fans are going to be mad and hate you because you don't tour anymore. But then on the other hand, fans are going to hate you for whatever reason anyway. I'm in the middle there. I'm in the middle there. I don't really know what to think. I try not to think too much about celebrities or care about the lives of people that are not going to affect me in any way. Brexit is fucking stupid, says Malika Peck. So is giving welfare to hundreds of thousands of people that are unvetted and pouring into your country. Wait, there. There we go. That's how I'm not going to reach 300,000 subscribers. That's how we keep our way from going to 300,000 subscribers. Excellent. Favorite video is the one where you explain friends and family with the real F words. And to be fair, hundreds of thousands doesn't apply to the UK. It applies to everybody who's taking in refugees and giving them welfare, because that's not a bad idea at all. Let's see. Pink compared herself to active war vets. I think that's one of those times where maybe she made an analogy that wasn't the best analogy because she had a camera interface or a microphone. And again, maybe I'm being a little too soft, but if people are constantly shoving microphones in your face and constantly shoving cameras in your face, at some point you're gonna make a shitty analogy. At some point. But at the same time, you have $130 million. If you don't want to tour, just stay home and watch reruns of 24. If I had $130 million, probably the first thing I'd do is go home and watch reruns of 24. I'd actually ask them to re-encode the original source media so that I could have 4K versions of it instead of the crappy DVDs. Because I don't think they have that for 24. I think like they had that after season 6, but season 5 was still like you can only get it on DVD, and DVD looks like shit. You could have gotten it in 720p if you captured the original Fox broadcasts, but who the hell still has that? Let's see. Go formats. Music has become more disposable, more trash content than ever. Love your content. Keep the good work. Reading from Greece. Thank you to Nick Nestor. And again, if you're in Greece, please. I mean, no offense when I say this, but spend your money somewhere in the local economy. I don't need the dollar as much. I appreciate it. I really do. But if you're in Greece or any one of these countries with these fucked up economic crises at the moment, you can just say thank you. I like your content. Take that dollar, go downstairs, bodega, deli, bar, grocery store, or just somebody. Let's see. Then you would end up with Star Trek TNG. Let's see. Sorry, fake news. It's Lady Gaga, not Pink. Oh. How many people in the comments are going to correct me? I'm going to get like 2,000 comments now going, Lewis, you got the artist wrong. Okay, fine. Let's redo our calculation. Lady Gaga net worth. Lady Gaga's net worth is $275 million. Earned $59 million in 2015. $33 million in 2014. You don't have to tour anymore. You don't. You're 31 years old. You're worth $275 million. That's more than $1 million for every year you've been. That's no. That's like no. It's like $5 to $10 million for every year you've been alive. No. Okay. I'm wasting time here. I got a lot of other stuff to fix. So thank you as always for watching. I hope you learned something. Have a nice day. And that's it for today. How old is your crest? What, like 6, 7 years now at this point, I imagine? Here's another dollar in NOK. God damn it, you're keeping me here. Thank you to Tom Christensen for the 50 knock. Check how much the millions of capacitors are worth now. Eventually, mainstream media will be replaced by content provider like you. We'll see. I gave up that crap after season 3. Are you calling 24 crack? Are you calling 24 crap? Oh, that is a blockable offense if I've ever heard one. That is the best show on earth. Okay, I gotta get out of here. Seriously. Thank you, and I'm done.